All right, now to the White House side on the budget.
High-stakes game here of can you top this, and President Obama challenging his critics in the Republican Party to offer real ideas instead of just saying no.
To a bunch of the critics out there, I've already said, show me your budget. Show me what you want to do. And I'm happy to have that debate, because I believe in the vision of the Democratic Party.
Well, today the GOP took the bait, or they said they were taking the bait. They called the Obama budget irresponsible, and they actually said, well, we have better ideas.
Today we're introducing a detailed road to recovery plan, and in our plan, curb spending creates jobs and cuts taxes while controlling the debt. And while the president's budget is anti-stimulus, we believe that our budget plan will strengthen the economy and restore fiscal sanity here in Washington.
John Boehner with the detailed plan. Austan Goolsbee is a member of the Council of Economic Advisors, the staff director and chief economist on the President's Economic Recovery Advisory Board. From the details that you heard, Austan, would you like to reply to any of them?
Well, I saw what the Republicans put out, and I really thought it couldn't have been written better by George W. Bush himself. They just went straight back to the same failed policies that we just followed for the last 8 years. Let's cut taxes for the highest income people, hope it trickles down to everybody else. Let's add further deregulation of the financial industry. Let's not invest in getting healthcare costs down. Let's not invest in the education system.
What about cutting corporate taxes so companies can keep more people employed rather than laying them off?
Well, look, the president's plans, which cut the deficit in half and make the key investments that we need to get the economy growing again, are exactly what we ought to do right now. The thought that what we ought to do is cut taxes for the biggest corporations and the highest income people and hope that that trickles down.
How about for all
that
corporations?
That was a job killer. That didn't work.
Why do we cut taxes for all corporations? We can cut taxes for small businesses and help people who are out there struggling to make their payroll, keep more people employed.
Look, our key should be, as you say, job creation. The president has a series of job creation measures, some on the tax cut side, some on the spending side and investment side. Just random cutting of all the corporate taxes for the biggest corporations and the highest income people is hardly the magic elixir of growth. If it were, we wouldn't be in the biggest recession since the Depression.
But listen,
that's what we did for 8 years.
You know, Austan, it's interesting because I was in Texas last weekend and heard from a lot of small business owners, and they're furious. They feel like they're being hogtied by the taxes they pay, and also hogtied in some part by the regulations that are already in place, and they don't have the staff members to deal with compliance the way that the big corporations do. Aren't there unintended consequences when you go forward with more regulation and more taxes?
Okay, whoa, let's hold on. The president's plan does not raise taxes on small business. Through his Making Work Pay credit, which cuts the self-employment tax, and through a series of other small business incentives, he's cutting taxes for more than 95% of small businesses. So he's completely in agreement that we've got to help small business to grow. That's why he put out the small business lending facility to try to get them credit. It's why he's called for setting the capital gains rate to zero for small business.
We want to address one other issue, some ideas that came up for making money in the country. The president took a moment to talk about the possibility of legalizing marijuana. Let me play it.
There was one question that was voted on that ranked fairly high, and that was whether legalizing marijuana would improve the economy and job creation. And I don't know what this says about the online audience. The answer is no, I don't think that is a good strategy to grow our economy.
Well, look, Austan, B. Hogg got hold of me on Twitter, and he writes, legalizing marijuana would cripple the cartels while giving the government much-needed income. Hope you guys point that out. Here I am pointing it out. What's your reply?
President, I'm no expert on drug policy, but as a job creator, I really don't see that that's going to be doing the trick. You know, with these online votes, you don't know what's going to happen. You saw Stephen Colbert, they got him to vote to name one of the one of the rooms of the International Space Station in Colbert.
Well,
no, there's nothing
honestly,
wrong with it.
if you're really looking at this,
teasing.
Okay, alcohol. Look at how many people are employed in the industry of alcohol. Do you think that the same couldn't be said of, I don't know, marijuana?
Look, as I said, I'm not an expert on drug policy, but as a jobs policy, marijuana doesn't seem to be the best policy to make.
All right, Austan Goolsbee, thanks so much for joining us.
I'm just playing devil's advocate there.
Yeah, we know.
I'm not taking a stand. Just throwing it out there.
Appreciate it.